What's happened, everybody? I think it's finally going live. I think it's catching up here. Oh, there we go. It's finally up. So you probably saw me turn my other camera on. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Awakening Soul Force Live. It is Monday night, June 1st, the very first day of the month here. And I'm really glad that we're going to get a chance to spend this time together tonight as we collaborate and come together for the purpose of doing a healing meditation. So when you pop in tonight, go ahead and let me know that you're here. I would love to know who's joining us live. And for anybody who misses this live, know that we can catch this later after the fact. It'll be up as an announcement here up in the group, and then I'll also post it up on YouTube as well. So for anybody who's watching, know that I usually post these recordings up onto my YouTube page afterwards. So if you missed the live at 7 p.m., know that you can tune in on YouTube at another time. Hey, Catherine. Hello, Rebecca. Welcome, everybody, to everybody who's coming here. So tonight, I decided to, in order to buy us a little time, to not just let it be some dead space, I figured as we wait for people to jump on for our nightly meditation tonight, I would share a little bit of good news, and this good news in particular is related to someone who's part of our Soul Force group. So I don't know if Jesse will get a chance to make it on. I know he's popped in from now and then, every once in a while. Hi, Kate. Hi, Tab. Hi, Brittany. I'm doing well tonight. Thanks, Catherine. Thanks for asking. How's everybody else? Hi, Mom. Mom is here. I really wanted to share this story because there's a lot of stuff going on right now, obviously. That is no secret that there's a lot of unrest in our country. And this story came out today in the San Diego Union Tribune, and I'm not going to read the whole article, but I wanted to highlight that this article was actually written about one of our Soul Force members. His name is Jesse, and I had the privilege of meeting Jesse when I was doing my documentary work with PATH, a homelessness services nonprofit called People Assisting the Homeless. PATH is the acronym. People Assisting the Homeless is the full name. And I had a chance to work with Jesse. That's how we connected. I covered his work as an outreach worker doing homelessness services outreach down in San Diego. So Jesse's job essentially every day is to go out and literally just find people who are experiencing homelessness, connect with them, ask them if they need help, ask them if they need services, and to just be sort of an advocate and someone who helps get them connected to services, help get them to appointments. So I did a little mini documentary on him and one of his clients, Mickey, who was a really extraordinary man who is still in search of permanent housing. But the San Diego Union Tribune did a really great article, and it featured Jesse and his work down in San Diego. So again, I don't know if Jesse's going to get an opportunity to see this, but I figured, in the midst of all of this unrest that's going on, here's someone, and he's part of our Soul Force group, who's out there doing the work out there, not only to help others and to be compassionate, but to dismantle those systemic injustices that are harming so many people. So I want to highlight this portion of the article about Jesse and his work. And it says in 2019, the one PATH outreach worker, and they're referring to Jesse, our fellow Soul Force member, the one PATH outreach worker in the program had 219 clients and found housing for 59 people. Of those, 22 were placed in permanent housing. So in 2019, Jesse, as the sole outreach worker on the streets in this one particular area of San Diego, had 219 people that he was working with. 59 people, he actually got them into housing, and 22 of them were placed into permanent homes. Every single day, Jesse Angelus Jr. gets out there and he goes out there and he tries to help people who are much less fortunate than he is. And his work has been so impactful that the city council is looking at adding additional outreach services to city programs, and they've hired another person and added it to the program because Jesse has been so successful. So now there's another person on the street that now has the opportunity to go out and connect with 219 clients and house another 50-some people. So just really, really awesome work. And so I want to say thank you to Jesse for everything that he does. And I wanted to provide you all in our community here with a little bit of soul uplifting good news from someone who's right here in the group. And that's exceptional work. And there's not a day that goes by that I do not think about the work that Jesse does and all the folks at PATH and all the people that are out there doing social work They do a really hard job, and they do not get the credit and the kudos, the airtime that a lot of people who are working in the public sector get. So huge shout out to Jesse, and there's a little bit of uplifting good news that there are people out there doing amazing work, and it's flying under the radar. Jesse got this great highlight in the San Diego Union Tribune. So very cool stuff. So I wanted to give us that as we waited for more people to gather tonight for our nightly meditation. Yeah, hi David. Hi Catherine. Yeah, God bless Jesse. Hi Elizabeth. Beautiful souls. We got a lot of beautiful souls in this group, and tonight, as a group, we're gonna join our beautiful soul energy together, and we're gonna go through a guided meditation tonight. Tonight, what I wanted to offer up is I wanted to take us through a guided meditation. So the first portion will be guided. We're gonna do a healing meditation first on ourselves. So I'll kind of walk us through some steps to connect to this healing vibration that we can welcome in. Give you a little direction on how to direct that energy and that light if you so choose. And we'll sit just in quiet meditation on our own healing, whether that's physical or emotional or psychological or whatever it is that we feel like we need to repair, that we want to bring healing energy into, and just reflect on that. Once that first cycle ends, it's going to be about a 10-minute meditation. I then want to shift gears, and I'll let us know when we're shifting gears. And then I want to spend the last 5 minutes of our time together tonight. I'm not going to say a whole lot once we get there, but I want us to spend the last 5 minutes together envisioning healing for our communities, for our nation, for the world, for those people who experience oppression, for those people who have been on the other end of violent acts. And there may be people in this group here who have trauma from suffering from oppressive forces or violence in any form, any shape or form. We're gonna spend 5 minutes just imagining and visualizing healing coming to those hearts and souls that need to be mended. And perhaps most importantly, in the spirit of Jesus' Sermon on the Mount, we're also going to visualize and call in healing and love and a conscience to be awakened in those forces and in those people in the world that do not see the injustices that they inflict. So the last 5 minutes is going to be more of a healing meditation where I encourage us to visualize healing for the world at large, healing for those who have experienced acts of violence or oppression against them, and then also we're going to spend a little bit of time bringing healing, light, and love to those folks who do not see the destruction in their acts. But it is very clearly a direction from Jesus that we are to love our enemies as well, and that means that we can hold space for them and pray for them, that they'll wake up, that a conscience will awaken in them, so that they can see our humanity as well. So tonight is going to be a healing meditation. The first 10 minutes, we're going to focus on ourselves. And then the last 5 minutes, I'm going to kind of turn the channel and we're going to kind of focus on the collective and sending whatever healing vibration and whatever we'd like to imagine. And I encourage us to visualize what that looks like. If you're a visual person, if you're a feeler, imagine what that feels like. But this is about creating a sensation and generating an energy that we'll carry with us and sending goodwill to our brothers and sisters all around us in the collective after we've sort of charged ourselves up and brought healing into our own space. Okay? So that's what I wanted to offer up tonight, and we'll see how this experience strikes us. So wherever you are now, looks like a few more people have jumped on. We're going to take 3 clearing energy breaths now as we settle in for the first leg of the meditation. And again, this first part of the meditation is just going to be, I'm going to offer up a little bit of guidance to lead us in to some silence and some contemplation and some stillness where we welcome in this healing vibration. And then we'll shift, and I'll let you know when the shift is coming, and we're going to turn our attention to the collective and to the healing of our communities, our nation, of this world, for those who need peace and love shared with them in their direction. So we're going to do that. So go ahead, wherever you are now, go ahead and find a comfortable place to sort of either sit up. You can lie down if you'd like to lie down, meditating with us tonight. And just take a moment to find your breath. Just become conscious of your breathing. And we're going to take 3 big, deep energy rinse breaths. With a big inhale, breathe in. Imagine yourself filling up with white light from head to toe. Exhale, release. Settle into the here and now. Take another big, deep breath in, filling yourself with light. Exhale, release. One more time, big deep breath in, filling your belly with air first, and then letting it all travel upward throughout the torso into the lungs. Breathe in. Exhale, release. Settling into the here and now. Now we're going to bring our attention to our breathing. Become conscious of the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe in and out. And we're going to set the intention for this meditation to bring light, love, and healing into our body, wherever we feel we need it most. Go ahead and draw your attention to the base of your spine. Become aware of the very tip of your tailbone. And on your next inhale, take a big deep breath in. Inhale and imagine a big ball of white light springs from the base of your spine and starts to roll up the back. Up your lower back, up your spine, up between the shoulder blades, up the back of your head, the back of your neck, all the way to the crown of your head until you feel a big bright ball of white light dancing atop the crown of your head. And once you connect to this vibration on your next exhale, breathe out, roll that ball of white light down the back of your head, down your neck, down between your shoulder blades, down your spine, all the way down past the low back until you feel that ball of white light again at the base of your spine. On your next inhale, breathe in deep, fuse that ball of white light with the tip of your tailbone. Exhale, release, and drop a long white grounding cord, just a long extension of your spinal cord that energetically drills down into the earth, burrowing down. And feel that channel all the way down until you feel the weight of the earth's gravitational pull anchor you into the here and now as we ground ourselves. This grounding cord moving forward is going to be not only what keeps us present in the here and now, but this is where we are going to release anything that no longer serves us, any pain, any trauma, anything we wish to release in this healing meditation will be expelled through this grounding cord to be absorbed by the earth and transformed into something loving, creative, and kind. Next, draw your awareness to the soles of your feet. And whether this is real or imagined, I want you to feel the ground beneath your feet. Whether it's the silky sand of the beach, the freshness of the grass, the powerful grounding sense great mountainside beneath your feet. And once we become aware of the ground beneath our feet, we're going to take a big deep breath in, setting the intention to connect to Divine Earth Mother energy. Exhale, release, and imagine through the soles of your feet springing these big, thick, reddish-brown roots like the roots of a redwood tree, and feel them really grip and anchor down into the earth as if you were rooting just like a tree. As you feel more solid and stable and grounded, we are going to welcome in the divine light, love, and protection of the Divine Earth Mother. And on a next inhale, in breath, breathe in and imagine this huge wave of vibrant orange healing light shooting from the earth into the roots, into your feet, up your ankles, up your knees, up your legs, past your hips, up through your torso, down your shoulders and arms, all the way up through your neck, up through your head, and then spilling out and around the crown of your head as you become surrounded by a big, bright, and beautiful, comforting bubble of orange light. And we give thanks for making this connection to the Divine Earth Mother energy and all of her eternal love, her compassion, her nourishment, the life that she breathes into us every single day. And next, I want you to turn your awareness to just above your head as you feel the sensation of a bright and beautiful sun shining its light on you. And we come to recognize this sun as the divine light, love, and protection of the Heavenly Father. And on your next inhale, breathe in, setting the intention to connect and welcome in the divine light, love, and protection of the Heavenly Father. Exhale, release, and feel a cascade of warm gold and white light rush through the crown of your head, down your neck, down your shoulders and arms, down through your torso, all the way down your legs, down your knees, past your ankles, and shooting down and out through the soles of your feet, and then spilling around you in another protective bubble of gold and white light. As we allow ourselves to be encircled by the divine light, love, and protection of our divine Heavenly Father. And we give thanks for this connection. And just take a moment to breathe and feel these energies sort of integrate and become one. Breathe in and out, feeling them become more integrated with your auric field, with your body, with your heart, your soul, with your mind. And for the next couple minutes, I want you to welcome in a bright white light of healing, and I want you to direct it towards any part of your body, any part of your soul, your heart, your mind that needs healing. Just imagine this light pulsating, healing, rinsing out, reconstructing anything that needs to be mended. We're going to take 3 big, deep breaths. Imagine that white light filling us up from crown to foot. As we inhale, breathe in, fill yourself up with light. Exhale, release anything that's negative, no longer serves you. Release it down that grounding cord to be absorbed, transmuted, and transformed by Mother Earth. Let's do another one, a big, deep breath in, filling yourself up with white light. Releasing any pain, suffering, emotion down the grounding cord to be absorbed, transmuted, and transformed by Mother Earth. One more time, big deep breath in, filling yourself with light. Exhale and release. Very good. feel that wave of lightness wash over you. Welcome in that feeling of peace and liberation. Give thanks to the Divine Earth Mother, Divine Heavenly Father for helping us in this healing. I want us to imagine ourselves radiating with a beautiful gold and white light from the core of our being outward as we glow like a bright and beautiful light in this world. And as you continue to breathe for the next 5 minutes, let's just imagine that light growing in brightness, and imagine that aura around us extending wider and wider as we send light and love and healing to those in our communities who are in need of healing, both those who have been on the anybody who's been victimized by violence or oppression. We send light and love and healing to these people, our brothers and sisters. Imagine what it feels like to live in a community that is healing one another. Imagine what it looks like as that healing takes place between person and person, ourselves and others. Don't be afraid to call on Divine Earth Mother, Divine Heavenly Father as source energy, calling in their power, their support, their love, and their vibration as we expand our light wider and wider, as we include our community, our nation, this world, as we encircle humanity in a bright and beautiful gold and white light of healing. And next, we're going to set that intention to ensure that this bright and beautiful light of healing reaches those who may not know what they do, those who are in need of awakening to their connection to this universal brotherhood that we all share, that need to be made aware of the fact that we are all brothers and sisters on this planet. And ensure that we welcome into this beautiful loving vibration and this embrace, and let them know that we're praying for their awakening, for them to remember who and what they are at their core. Just continue to breathe as we call in love and goodwill for every man, woman, and child on this planet, every living creature and being. As we set our collective intention to give rise to a world where we all live in peace and in harmony. Give thanks for this opportunity to be alive and breathing. Give thanks for this opportunity to participate in this healing. I'm thankful for this connection. I'm thankful for everybody in this group. And I'm thankful to share this space with you all. Go ahead and take 3 big, deep, clearing breaths as we come back to center. Exhale, release. Take another big, deep breath in. Exhale, release. One more big, deep breath in. Release. Go ahead and wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Become aware of the ground or the seat beneath your tailbone, beneath your back. Just bring your awareness back to the here and now. Once again, I want to give thanks to everybody who joined tonight. Thank you for joining me in this healing meditation for not only ourselves, but the world at large. It is an absolute privilege and an honor to facilitate this for you. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight in this really beautiful meditation. That felt really great. Nice to be here with you all. I'm glad you took a moment to share that with me and with the world. So I hope you're feeling a little lighter, a little brighter than when you showed up. Before I sign off, if anybody wants to share any experiences or how they're feeling, feel free to do that. I also want to, in the spirit of tonight's meditation, let you know, if you haven't signed up already, there's a few people. I think we have 7 or 8 or maybe 9 people that have signed up. I am facilitating a discussion group around a 30-day course in nonviolence put on by the Metta Center for Nonviolence out of Petaluma, California. This is a really wonderful group of scholars and peacemakers and activists that I connected with in Northern California. One of the world's foremost scholars on nonviolence, and a Gandhian scholar, heads up this organization. And they have a really wonderful resource corner at the metacenter.org. And one of the things they offer up is a 30 days of nonviolence course, which is basically just an introduction to the philosophy of nonviolence. A lot of times people think of nonviolence in terms of protests. Obviously, we see that going on right now. But nonviolence is not only it's not just a political sort of tool, it's a way of life, frankly, and I feel like I'd really discovered this in the teachings of Christ, in the practical living and the guidance of the Buddha in his teachings, and in many of the religions and many spiritual traditions. So nonviolence as a way of life is something that I've committed myself to for a long time, and it's a practice. It's a work in progress always. So I've decided that I wanted to share the Metta Center's wonderful work with people, and so for the next 30 days, myself and I think it's about 7 or 8 9 other people are going to be taking the course together online. There are links in the group if you have not seen them yet, and we're going to do a Zoom meeting once a week on Sundays to just go over the course. So it's going to be self-study. There's a lot of really great information and reading and like little podcasts and blurbs that they include in the course, and there's like some thoughtful and reflective questions. So it's going to be self-study, 7 days, or for during the week you'll go through the material on your own, write down any reflections, any questions you have, and then we're going to get together on Sundays in a Zoom meeting, and we're just going to have a discussion and talk about it and how this philosophy strikes us and how can it be practical. How do we implement and live and breathe life into what is often referred to as the third way? We know fight or flight. We know that those are the two options that are kind of presented to us in our physiology, in action. We fight or flight, and nonviolence often is considered the third way. It's about not running away from problems. It's not about running away from conflict, but it's about how do we engage in conflict in a positive way, how to resolve, or neutralize or de-escalate what can be conflicted or violent interactions, and that takes intelligence, it takes creativity, it takes training, and it takes a real effort to resist violence and coercion and oppression, but to do it without using violence, to use creativity, intelligence, and sophistication and persuasion. It's a beautiful philosophy, a beautiful practice. So we're going to talk about how do we do that together with this group. So I will record the Zoom meetings. So for anybody who's in the group and they miss them, I will post them here in the group under the tag 30 Days of Nonviolence. So if anybody wants to catch up on the discussions, if you can't make it, I will offer that up. But today is the first day. You're more than welcome to join at any point. The lessons are really short, and they're meant to be short so that we can really reflect, on what's being presented to us. This stuff is this is heavy stuff. It's work. It's thoughtful, and it requires reflection. It requires thoughtful engagement. So this isn't about blasting through a course and becoming you don't become a master in nonviolence by taking a 30-day course. It's a combination of being exposed to ideas and practices and principles that have been sort of refined, right, over centuries in here with humanity. And we have some wonderful teachers that have led the way and walked the path in Gandhi, in King, in Nelson Mandela, in Cesar Chavez. There are so many people who have really taken these tactics to heart. And obviously Jesus is probably is the epitome of a nonviolent actor that we're all familiar with. So I want to offer that up because it's something I love and I'm committed to, and I want to share it with this group because we have a great group of heart-centered, loving people who want to bring about change in the world. I know you do, and I feel like the Metta Center provides tools and resources to help us deepen our understanding of who and what we are as a sort of a peace warrior out in the world. So hope to have you there. Send me a message if you want to join. So Angie says she kept seeing orange and yellow lights. That's really interesting. Very cool. Not surprised as we envision that beautiful aura, bringing that light and energy in. Kate says, I had some serious visions during that meditation, a lot to work with. Very cool. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you to everybody for being here. Thank you, Catherine, for being here. Anybody have any questions about the 30 Days of Nonviolence course? Please let me know. If you jumped on here at the end of the live stream, there will be a replay of this. It'll be available in the Awakening Soul Force group. Also, for those of you who don't realize, there's a topics group. There's a topics. You can search by topics. So if you go into the topics section of the group, you'll actually see that I've categorized all of our lives by guided meditation, by live readings, by Awakening Wednesday, Tarot Tuesday. So if you're ever looking for a replay, because the Facebook algorithms are weird, you can always go into topics and find these old videos. But also I post these videos on my YouTube. So if you ever miss a night, you miss a day, you can pop on to YouTube and find the meditations and the Tarot Tuesdays and the Awakening Wednesday talks and the live reading session that we do. You can always find that online after the fact on YouTube. So just search for me or Awakening Soul Force on YouTube and you can find it. Kate says, I learned some great insight on objective or subjective abilities today. Applied this to the meditation today. Really cool, beautiful. Thanks, Kate. Thanks for that reflection. Hi, Mary. You're not too late. We can just rewind. Well, I won't wait too much longer. I'll sign off so you can go back to the beginning, Mary, because I actually don't think it lets you rewind until it's posted. Yeah, Elizabeth said, I did not know that it was categorized. Yes, I categorize all of the, after the post is done, when I put it up online, I go in and I tag it. And so you can find most of our lives either through guided meditations, Tarot Tuesday, Awakening Wednesday, or live readings or readings. Sometimes they're categorized under intuition, but there is a whole topic section, and you can search old videos too, like way back from the beginning when I started, just like rambling for hours and hours because I was trying to learn how do I communicate what I'm trying to communicate, And fortunately, that's refined over time, so it's not as long and rambly. Thanks, David. I'm really glad that you enjoyed that meditation as well, man. Thank you, my friend. All right, everybody, I really appreciate you being here tonight. I really, really, really appreciated that. That felt really good to sit and hold that space with everyone. The last thing I will say, I think it's important in these times as we walk away from tonight's meditation and that nice little moment of peace and tranquility that we had, what we are called to do as people who do deeply feel our connection to humanity, that feel called to this kind of work, is that we hold that space for everybody else. One of the things that came through really clear in one of my meditations and channeling one night was the job and the role of a healer, the job and the role of someone who considers themselves or might identify with a peacekeeper or a peacemaker or a peaceful warrior, just someone who wants to bring about goodness in the world, is that it's our job to hold that space for other people. It's the same thing that a good coach, a good teacher, a good producer, does, is you create a container and a space and you present to others what our potential is. And you do that through your example, and you do that through the space you hold for others. And a lot of times that comes down to being non-judgmental, being forgiving, being ultra human, and also being firm in your reinforcement of this is what's okay and what's not okay. And I guess in a lot of ways, that's at the center of nonviolence. They talk about the two hands of nonviolence. One is, stopping any kind of violent or coercive action with one hand, but at the same time reaching out with the other and saying, I see you, I hear you as a human being, so I'm willing to talk, I'm willing to hear you out, but you're not allowed to do this. This is not okay, but I still see you as a human being. So we'll dive into that more with the 30 Days of Nonviolence and the Meta Centers thing. So thank you, Angie. I think you're really awesome too. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you everybody for being here. So, the last thing, if you have any friends or family or people that might be interested, Elizabeth asked me in a private message if other people could join our little 30 Days of Nonviolence thing. Absolutely. They don't have to be in the Facebook group. They don't have to be part of Awakening Soul Force. If you know anybody that would be interested in engaging in that discussion, that dialogue, invite them in, share with them the course link and the link to our Sunday conversations. The more the merrier, in my opinion. And just the more people we get having that conversation, the more dialogue we have, the more we get, a unique, interesting look and perspective. And who knows what good ideas will come out of how do we live a more cooperative and a peaceful life out in a very, sometimes not peaceful, sometimes violent world. How do we engage in that in our way without losing our humanity? So that's what we'll be talking about. All right, everybody. Thank you so much, Catherine. I appreciate you too. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night for our nightly Tarot Tuesday. So we'll see what's going to get pulled for the collective. And then I look forward to seeing those of you who sign up for the 30 Days of Nonviolence on Sunday so we can talk about what we're learning in our little course. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Be safe, stay healthy, stay well, and I look forward to chatting with you all soon. See ya.